No Days Off returns this week, and in this installment, we turn our attention to the soccer pitch as Eric Halbert sits down with one of the longest tenured coaches in the area, St. John's, Tom Shook.
All right, if you would have told me about 30 years ago that I would be interviewing my earth science teacher for his 300th career win, I'd say, what? So first of all, congratulations on the 300 career wins. What does that mean to you?
Well, I'll tell you, it means a lot. The longer I go with it, the more it means. All the wonderful players I've had at the three schools, Mommy and Anthony Wayne and here, and the wonderful coaches I've worked with and athletic directors and, my wife and just my whole family support me. It's your body of work, as they say, and I'm very proud of it. I've tried to live it a certain way and coach a certain way, and I think overall I've maintained that. So yeah, it's really a big honor, and my mom always wants me to be humble, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, 300 wins. I mean, obviously you can't recall every one of them, but can you recall number one? Do you think back to victory number one?
Actually, that's really easy to remember because it was our first year at Mommy in 1980. We were playing at Divine Word Seminary off River Road, which is where the sanctuary is now.
Yeah.
And can't remember the team we played, but we won 2-1. And Jimmy Green, who was a Mommy kid at that time, scored the winning goal left-footed from the left side of the box. And I do remember that win, so that'll always stick with me out there because that was the only really soccer field in the area that you could play on at that time.
Does that seem, I mean, 1980 is a while ago. I mean, obviously none of the kids you have playing now were born then, but does that seem like forever ago or does it seem like just yesterday?
No, it seems like a long time. It's, now I'm in my 37th year of education and working with kids and my 26th year of coaching. And, inside your body, you feel like it's 1980, but then, you look back and those kids that played for me then now are 54, 53 years old, 55. And I saw a couple of them this summer up at the summer fair and Mommy, and like, how old are you guys? And they're like 55. I'm like, oh, shut up, get out of here. So it was really funny to think that those young men now are that old and they have grandkids. And it's pretty cool though.
You mentioned it, I mean, 300 victories, that tells, and 1980 being the first, that tells how many lives that you have influenced. I mean, obviously soccer, but you coached other sports, as well. Can you put your head around it that you have influenced a number of kids, a number of youth in different sports and in the classroom and the community over, almost 40 years now?
Well, I'll tell you what, I thought about that a lot when I came back here because I talked to some people from both schools that I had worked with. What's really cool about that is that when you think about all the kids you've had over the years, and now you're starting to see kids of kids playing against you, and you have kids that I coach against are now coaching on other teams, and it's just this great body, once again, the body work, but it's just neat to know you've been involved with that many lives, and hopefully you've been a pretty positive influence in most of them. I know I've made a few mistakes along the way, but I'm a human being, so that's going to happen. But just thousands and thousands of kids over the years.